Very in-depth report. You call AI transformative. In all fairness, that's a consensus opinion. However, I want to talk about investing in this transformative technology. We've seen big run-ups in a lot of stocks. The ARKQ ETF, the one we just signaled right there, mentioned right there, up about 40%. Do you see the potential for more upside in ETFs like that, or is it one of the individual names, one of the many individual names you lay out in this report?
Thank you. I do believe the initial upside in AI is certainly very visible. And as we move on from here, there's going to be greater emphasis on identifying stock-specific opportunities, names which are not very obvious to investors. Yes, the funds will continue to do well because some of the winners will continue to push on. But I think alpha generation will get harder. And yes, that's why we have written this report, focusing on bottom-up opportunities and try to classify them as incremental, significant, or transformational. Not only have we looked at the enablers of generative AI, we've gone a step further and also talked about the adopters of generative AI across the various super sectors, as we call them within Citigroup.
You know what? I want to talk about that. One of the early adopters you say is financials. Their big bank earnings are coming up later this week. You list Bank of America and JP Morgan specifically as adopters. How are we going to see the impact of AI on financials, and do the rate hikes that we're expecting, does that change your thesis in any way?
It's a very interesting question. I would say banks are looking at this as much more than a 1 or a 2 or even a 3 to 5 year trend. It's much bigger, broader, strategic in nature. And if you look at the power of generative AI and the number of use cases across various segments within the banking industry, it's quite significant. So I do not necessarily believe the rates might influence the trajectory of generative AI adoption. It's more strategic, and I think it's going to manifest itself across multiple use cases, ranging from retail banking to institutional banking. And again, as you look at the report, we do talk about some of those use cases within the financials and fintech section.
Yeah, again, a very detailed note that you put out here. So I want to get to some of the details in it. You list a number of U.S. and international stocks having a transformational opportunity when it comes to AI. Your definition meaning potentially more than 20% of sales coming from some type of AI-related sales. NVIDIA and Microsoft, two big names, two headline names listed in this note. Don't you believe, or do you believe, that the transformational opportunity that investors could find here, isn't that already priced into these stocks, or is there some part of this opportunity even for those big names that investors are missing?
It's a great question. And I would say that when it comes to those two names, there continues to be debate in the market. And I distinctly remember my colleague who covers NVIDIA telling me that, when the stock was up 75%, an investor pushing him back. And now the stock's up probably double of that year to date. The way we think about it is there's always an element of hype, but if you look at it down to fundamental levels, based on our individual views on both of those stocks, we do see upside on a 12-month view. Therefore, no, we do not believe all of it is priced in. They are strong, they are recognized for their AI potential, but we think there is lots more to come, and therefore we highlight them in the report. Having said that, we are still early in the innings. There are many more names where the impact could potentially go from incremental today to significant tomorrow, from significant to transformational tomorrow. What we did not want to get into was using the plain vanilla winners and losers tag. We think the discussion is deeper than that, and we believe this is a trend that needs to be tracked over a period of time. What we see today is what we have published, but this will definitely evolve over time, and we want to pay close attention to it.
All right, so speaking of paying close attention, we're showing some different graphics and walls right now with a number of the stocks that you mentioned in this report. I asked you about some of the headline names. Is there one under the radar play that you think investors really need to take a close look at right now?
Absolutely. I think one of the perceived losers, if I could call it, in the early debate has been the IT services names, which, as you see in the report, we talk about as being the fifth layer of our value stack. Most of these names were punished based on the simple premise that AI is going to replace jobs. But as we show in the report, there are certain names. In particular, I would highlight Globant, which is covered by my colleague in the US, which is an IT services name that has made good, solid investments in AI, for some time now, where my colleague, who's the lead analyst on the stock, believes it's likely to be a winner. The other interesting point, if I may highlight, is people tend to bucket the big hyperscalers, the likes of Meta, Alphabet, and Amazon, and think the impact is going to be the same on that. But my colleague Ron Jossi, who covers these names, highlights that the level of opportunity is different for all three of them. One of them is incremental, one of them is significant, one of them is transformational. So there are nuances which you can only bring out once you've known these companies for a period of time.